Welcome to MetalMachine.net. I'm your host, as always, JR. We're here at the Baltimore Comic-Con, two-day show in Baltimore, and we're speaking to a couple of people here from Boom. I'm going to have them introduce themselves. Guys,
Hi, Chandra Eckert.
Claudio Sanchez.
Sheldon Vella.
Claudio, I'll start with you. Just talk about what you're doing here at Baltimore right now.
Yeah, well, we're actually, this week we debuted a new comic called Kill Audio. Sheldon is actually the artist. Chandra is my fiance and co-writer. It's just a kind of a bit of a comedy, a fantasy comedy anyway, about a guy on a quest to figure out what his purpose is in the world that he lives in. And, it's pretty interesting. It's been getting well received, I think, certainly on the internet, and it's just a blast, certainly, to work with these two. And yeah.
How'd you get into comic books?
I've always been a fan of the medium. Like growing up, coming in and out of it. It's always kind of been a thing to go back to. It's always there. It's always comfortable. Around 1999, when I was working, playing in some bands, one of the things I really wanted to do was incorporate a mythology with music and create a timeline over a span of records, and that was the first venture I did in comics, which is the Amory Wars that accompanies the Coheed and Cambria, the music of Coheed and Cambria. So, but it's just a medium I always really want to be a part of and have a passion for, and so as time goes on, more and more titles and ideas start to pop in the head, and you just start churning them out.
How's Baltimore treating you guys?
It's great. It's actually our first time here. We do San Diego and New York and places like that, but this is very much a comics Comic-Con as opposed to, San Diego where it's movies and celebrities and everything kind of takes center stage. But this is about creators and being here and reading comics. It's cool.
It seems that a lot of the bigger cons have a lot of multimedia stuff.
Yeah.
This one really is a large con, but it really concentrates on the writers and the artists and the creators of comic books.
Yeah, people that you respect, you can sit down and have a conversation, as opposed to San Diego where you have to stand in a 2-hour line just to say hi and usher it out. So yeah, it's cool.
So how are you guys liking, Mr. Sheldon? How are you liking the comic book culture? How are you liking the fans coming up to you guys and checking you out and sign my stuff and stuff like that?
My plan from the beginning when I got into comics was just find someone really famous and just ride their coattails, and it's working out perfectly. No, it's rough. Like getting into comics and then keeping yourself alive on comics. I'm not going to go about complaining about how difficult it is, but it's long hours for little reward. But when you come here, it makes it all worthwhile. Much.
How has been the fan reception right now with you guys signing stuff and people coming up to you? How's it been?
Yeah, really good. On the internet and even in person, everyone seems really buzzed about it. And I'm hoping it lives up to expectations. So yeah.
How'd you break into this medium? Besides riding the coattails of a famous person.
Honestly, it's buying drinks, telling dick jokes, shaking hands, being in the right place at the right time. I started off with a coloring job, and then I weaseled into penciling under a fake name because I didn't like the stuff I was doing, and then I got a contract through a competition with DC. And then these guys hooked me up for a coloring job originally, and I was way too late handing in the pages, and then they let me go from that, and then they came back at me asking for my line work. So and working with these two is a pleasure. They give me a lot of room to breathe, and we're a pretty strong collective. I think we're doing really well so far.
Sheldon's being humble with all his dick joke talk. He's really good at what he does. The team is really fun. We have so much fun. Even if we should have learned from Sheldon's first late turned-in pages, probably not.
She had to put it in.
We love him, and late stuff aside, he's really good. He's really good.
You're making a lot of those kids put their pencils down now, doing 14-hour days. They're like, let me find a movie star. Let me find a musician. That's the best way to break into comic books, right? Segueing a little into music, Claudio. When can we maybe see some new music from Coheed? And how is it that obviously you're doing touring, music, comic books, signings. How's that working out schedule-wise with you guys?
It's good. It keeps me busy, and I like to be busy. So, I find comfort in just kind of filling the plate up with things to do, or I guess it's things to eat. But But music, we've actually been working on a new record. We go back out to LA in November to finish it up, so hopefully about a spring release. Also working on a couple of other ventures that tie into the Amory Wars, so hoping that something will come out around spring as well. So we'll see.
I'm sure there are a lot of people waiting for that. There was a lot of buzz on that book when it came out first.
Cool. Well, thank you. Yeah, I think everyone's going to be pretty pleased with the next thing. So
is there anything you want to tell your fans?
Just thank you for the, we're really excited about it. Yeah.
All right, very cool. Thank you so much for joining us here in Baltimore. You're watching MetalMachine.net, and as Sheldon said, no hard work, okay, guys? Just pick your favorite musician. That's what you got to do. From Baltimore Comic Con, this is JR from MetalMachine.net. Thanks a lot. Take it easy, guys.